I am so beautiful. Like, oh my god. No one can be more beautiful than me. Oh yeah? You want to know? You want to know? No one other than me and me. I'm gorgeous. So gorgeous.
You could have told me. We were starting.
Get out of here. The camera cares more about me. I'm the superstar. Hi, YouTube. It's me, Roxy.
And I'm Jackal still. The special guests just keep on rolling in. Truly, Miss Wolf, it's an honor to have you here.
I know.
My, he's so sultry. I'm a big fan. The rumors of what they say about you are completely true.
Good.
Good.
I made it that way.
Today, we are going to be looking at something very interesting, and then something I saw in the recommendation after we were watching some of those horror videos.
Fnaf? What did you just call me?
Horror.
Oh.
Those videos are for a different channel.
Oh.
Hey, y'all. We're going to be looking at Fnaf animatronics in real life.
What do you mean? I am real.
I mean, we're going to be looking at all your friends, Roxy.
I don't have friends. I'm too cool for friends.
We're going to be looking at all the people who worship you and wish they were you, Roxy.
Oh, then press play. Shut up.
Perfect. 3, 2, 1.
They tried to warn us,
but we didn't listen.
And today, we're gonna take a look at some creators who were brave enough to bring Five Nights at Freddy to life.
We'll learn the process and stories of how they create these characters. Take it from here, Will.
Shit.
I remember seeing the Glam Rock Freddy
99.
one.
Let's go back to the year 2015, when a young fan
2015,
happens
when the
upon the
game- around the game
mysterious and
first came out.
captivating universe of Five Nights at Freddy's. Like many of us, he is so taken in by this terrifying and exciting world that an idea begins to take shape inside his head. This idea would grow into a journey that we now know
The
as
eyes.
Z-Man
Why are
99.
the people
Whenever
so
he
tiny?
visited local
That looks like a
pizzerias,
game.
his imagination
That doesn't
ran
look
wild.
real.
After all, the sights and sounds of these places echo the Fnaf universe, making him think of animatronics in each of
I
them.
hate
Of
those.
course, this
Oh,
only
I
fueled
hate
his
those.
dream of bringing to life these terrifying
I was
animatronics.
not a fan
But
of
this
animatronics
was easier
back
said
then.
than done. Fast forward to 2021, when he found himself in an electronics class, talking with a friend about none other than Five Nights at Freddy's. They were asking themselves if there would ever be a real-life Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, complete with life-sized animatronics.
Eventually,
but as
I
many
feel.
of us in the past, they realized that this would be unlikely. But at that exact
What the
moment,
fuck was
he
that?
realized that he had seen several videos of
There's
real
Freddy,
animatronics,
Freddy,
a
it's okay.
minimum of how they
Freddy,
work.
no,
So
it's
why
okay,
not
it's okay,
create
it's
these
okay.
animatronics himself? So this set him
My
off on his
eyes.
ambitious journey. He decided he wanted to focus on the FNAF 1 and 2 gang first. So he began researching and following projects from creators like Vomited Thoughts,
Now, is
Regular
this the
Sauce,
one-
and
Oh,
Connor
that's you.
Lachinsky,
That was you.
absorbing and learning
Is this the
everything
one
he
that
could from
he's
these
making?
projects.
'Cause-
He first created a wooden
No.
prototype endoskeleton that ended
yeah.
up being dismantled. This
The guy that
project
he's
taught
talking
him
about?
a
Yeah.
lot about what to do and what not to do when building an animatronic. But the most important thing
supposed
he
to be
learned
metal,
from
not
this
wood.
was never give up, even in moments of frustration.
It's
He knows
working.
that the construction time of an animatronic is determined by the resources
I
and
think that
knowledge that
looks
one
like it's,
has at that
that
moment.
looks
But
like it's
he is
3D
finishing
printed.
high school and wants to go to the University of
fact it's fucking
Mechatronics,
high
where he
school
can
they're
learn
doing this, too.
professional
That's
concepts
awesome.
and methodologies that will help him
Yeah,
build
'cause
robots
somehow
faster
magically
and
he
more
was in a
advanced.
school
Building
that,
these animatronics is a labor
had
of love.
electronics
For the
class.
FNAF 1
Right.
characters, he
Must be
uses
nice.
I
mechanisms
had
inspired by
woodshop
the Chuck
or-
and Cheese Cyberamics
or fixing
configuration,
cars.
which is a very
have
interesting
either.
type
I
of
didn't
mech.
have- I
And for
didn't
the
even
FNAF
have
2
either.
characters, he has planes to
Either.
control
I didn't have
servo
either
motors
of those.
and
Jesus.
actuators in addition to pneumatics.
Where's
There
his
are other
body?
projects that
It
he has
is
in mind.
real.
In the future, he plans to create animatronics from various fan games like Five Nights at Candy's, FNAF Plus, Juniors, The Walton Files, and
still
more.
haven't seen the Walton
99's
Files.
What's the
journey
Walton
is an
Files?
inspiring
I don't
tale of
know.
dreams and
Wanna find
determination,
out?
and
Sure.
you should
Maybe
definitely
later.
join him on his
Comment if you
adventure
wanna
by joining his
see.
Discord server and following him on
Comment
TikTok, Twitter,
files.
and Reddit,
Also, hit that
where
like
he
button
keeps
and help us
everyone
out.
updated.
Subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to
Vomited
2,000
thoughts.
subscribers.
This project has
A little
a
special maybe if we
fantastic
get there.
backstory
It'll help us out.
because it comes from a place of love. Vomited Thoughts, or VT for
Okay.
short,
So that's-
began 2
that's
years
Bon-
ago when he
that's
decided to
Bon
make a
Bon
rough
on
Bon
Funtime
animatronic for
Friday.
Halloween for his little brother. Sadly, he wasn't able to finish it in time, but because of this project, he learned a lot of things that helped him make his way to the journey he's on. While the animatronic Bon Bon was not ready for the time he had wanted it, he decided to finish it after. And this project introduced him to the CAD program
That is
Fusion 360,
awesome.
which he still uses now. And after finishing Bon Bon,
It's
he
watch it,
decided to
man. Just
continue
watch the
creating
Bite of
these
83.
animatronics. So he started working on Circus Baby. After all, Circus Baby is an eccentric character, and her unique faceplate mechanism was a challenge he couldn't resist.
I think
so in
just
the
mainly
following
in
years,
building.
he breathed
Just-
life
I get-
into
yeah,
a
her
whirlwind
design.
of projects,
Yeah, that's
each
fair.
She
showcasing
has
his
a very
evolving
complicated
skills.
design.
But the learning didn't stop there. The next character he tackled was Glamrock, chosen for her smaller size and presumed simplicity. And with 2 years of experience,
Sorry.
this project was a smooth ride, in contrast to his earlier efforts. At the same time, he embarked on several experimental ventures, including a
Lights
secret
on.
puppet project involving cable mechanisms.
Oh,
Among
I
all
think we
his
should play
creations,
Security
Mango
Breach
holds a
again. I
special
think
place
playing
in his
Security
heart.
Breach again
It
would
was
be
his
fun.
first attempt at a
Well, I
fully
never played
developed
it. I just watched other
animatronic,
people
but due to
play it.
financial
Like me.
and physical constraints, he had to pause the project. He plans, however,
Oh,
to
he's
bring
so-
Mango
oh,
back to
he's so
life in a
pissed off.
smaller
He's that
form.
supposed
And he's
Despite his
weak.
growing expertise, creating an
Think like a
animatronic is a
Playtime
lengthy
Foxy or
process.
something.
His
It
day
looked
job
like Playtime
often limits
Foxy.
the time he can dedicate to his projects. Long hours at work and commuting
I would
leave
like to
him
try.
drained. Still, he pushes forward, using every spare moment to work on his beloved
Well, yeah,
animatronics.
of course.
The
You know,
creative
these guys are
process
just
starts
normal
with
people,
research
not
and planning.
actual,
He gathers
like,
reference
murderous
material,
psychopaths
lays
that
out the
want to
motion,
make
and places
animatronics
cylinders
for
to
their
act as joints.
job.
As the project
As
evolves,
far as
adjustments
we
are made.
know.
He buys some of these parts from Amazon. The other animatronic parts are 3D
Allegedly.
printed.
Yeah,
To
but
bring his
allegedly, we just
creations
cover
to life,
ourselves.
he uses a program called
excuse me.
Batango.
I
It's a
just
free
love the-
software that he uses to control the servos. He used to wire the servos manually to an Arduino on
That
a
kid in the
breadboard.
background has a
But
huge
after
forehead.
learning to make a
Where are your
PCB,
arms?
he now designs and orders them for his robots.
don't-
Like many of us,
Also,
VT
did you
loves
see
the
the-
Jurassic Park animatronics. But his favorite animatronic is Johnny Five from the film Short Circuit, because he and his dad love the movie.
That's
And
like
if you love
Wall-E. I
animatronics
was
as
gonna
much
say,
as
look
we
like the
do,
fucking thing
be
from,
sure to
Star
subscribe to
Tours.
Fast Fast Fast. Aside
Fast
from
Fast Fast.
animatronics,
Oh, he loved
he
Fast
also dabbles in
Fasses.
other projects, such as a robot camera arm. But his true passion always leads him back to animatronics. You
I
can
thought this
follow
was
his
gonna be,
journey
like,
under the
about a
moniker
bunch
Vomited
of different
Dogs
people
on his
and
YouTube
feel
channel.
like this is
He has a
just
series
about, like,
called Parts
two
and
different
Pieces,
people.
a nod to the Five Nights at Freddy's universe. Here he documents the process of
Bridge.
assembling and disassembling his animatronic, offering insights into his thought process and a peek
It's
into
okay,
the
Freddy's
intricate
okay. You
world
don't
of the
need to scream,
animatronic
Freddy, it's
creation.
okay.
So the journey of Vomited Thoughts continues. What
It's Freddy the
started as a
Vampire.
Halloween project has become an endless quest full
I
of
want to
challenges,
eat your
discoveries,
pizza.
and sheer love for bringing animatronic creatures to life.
There we
Direct
go.
sauce.
There we go.
Meet Atreus, but you might know him better as Deregular Sauce on YouTube.
Yeah,
He's a
he's the one that
self-taught
made, like, the
mechanical
really cool
engineer,
Glamrock
a
Freddy.
cosplayer, and an artist.
Yeah!
Ever
That's
since he was
fucking
9,
awesome.
he's been making props and costumes, bringing his
Since he was
favorite characters
9.
to life. Over the past 5 years, he's learned many skills, like robotics, foam fabrication, 3D modeling, 3D printing, and basic engineering. He's now aiming to take his skills to the next level by going to college for mechanical engineering.
Is he
has
taking
many
any
exciting
apprentices?
projects, but we'll
Yeah,
dive deep
right?
into his
I would love to
biggest
be able to
project
do
to
this.
date, the
I have a
Glam
mask
Rock
too!
Freddy suit. Inspired by the character from Five Nights at Freddy's
And he's
Security
at round
Breach,
one.
this suit is Atreyu's most popular and biggest creation. He poured around 1,100 hours of work and about 4K in materials and
my
tools into this
God.
project, aiming to rival even
But it's
Disney's
so
mascot
beautiful.
It's so
characters.
worth
Standing
it.
at 7 feet tall,
It's so
the
fast,
suit boasts
terrific.
functioning
It looks
animatronics
like-
and puppeteerable
like
parts in the head,
movie
chest,
ready.
and
No,
hands.
it doesn't
And
go
since this
to
version of
the
Freddy
stars.
loves
It is
to
movie
talk,
ready.
Atreyu added a voice amp and a custom soundboard with original voice acting, so he can interact with people at events. This wasn't an easy project. It marked his first fully 3D printed suit, completely designed on his own. His only prior experience was designing and printing a large-scale cosplay piece, the Springtrap's head. He started the project in December 2021, modeling each piece side by side with the official game model for accuracy. He invested in 3 Ender 5 printers to speed up the printing
Wow.
process. These printers were a learning curve as they constantly broke down, but he now knows most of the common problems and solutions for future projects. After the printing came the meticulous process of sanding,
Going
priming,
through
and
and
filling each
painting
part, around 5
everything.
times each, until they were
sanding
smooth
and
enough.
filling
The
all
painting
the
stage took another
rivets and
5 months.
divots.
Oh,
Atreyu
true.
decided to go with a slightly darker blue compared to the in-game model, but he added a touch of his own creativity
blue
with
pops,
UV
though.
reactive
Oh,
face paint.
yeah, I
He
did see a
hand-painted
difference.
each
Oh,
part
he
to
closed
add
it
small
the
bits of
door!
It is a
gray
little
hair,
darker,
just like the
yeah.
in-game model, and then coated everything with an
Yeah, Freddy's is more like
automotive-grade
a
clear coat.
tealish kind of
Once the
blue.
painting was done, he turned his attention to the mechanical aspects. He started with the puppeteer, assembling the helmet and jaw piece
I like
that
how,
moves the suit's
how
jaw
he
when
made
he
like
moves
a
his own.
specific
He then
face
set
plate
up the
for
pulley
his
systems
mouth,
in the
so you
fingers
can't
that
see
allow
his
them to
mouth
move
inside
when
of
he
True.
moves his
Very
fingers.
true.
To bring Freddy's
And
eyes
it's still
to life,
enough
he
room for him to
programmed
actually
an
move his jaw.
Arduino to mimic the character's
It just
idle
makes it
eye
look more
movements from the
clean
game.
that way, because if
Then
you're
he
able to look
installed
and see
multicolor
him
LEDs
doing
to
everything,
change
it
the
just kinda,
eyes
like,
from
take away
yellowish
the
white to
illusion.
purple or
But
bright
at the same
blue.
time,
And
it
added
takes away
spring-loaded
the
ears for a bouncing effect, just like in the game,
like the
adding
human
his own
body
twist.
mouth
Atreyu
inside of
designed
the-
a foam metal plate to fit into
Very
the
true.
chest hatch. It features a
that's so
speaker,
cool.
a compartment for extra parts,
You
and a
did
holder
one.
for his themed business cards.
Oh
the hatch itself
my
is also
God, that
powered
is
by an
awesome.
Arduino, with a hidden button in his
anything,
hand to open and close
just
it.
going up
After
to him and
7
he just
months
goes,
of hard
"Here,
work, Freddy was finally
take
ready
my
to
card."
rock and
Take a
roll.
card.
And rock and roll he did, racking up over 35 million views across Atreyu's social media platforms and YouTube. Atreyu has more public appearances planned, and secret projects that he's not ready to reveal just yet. He also plans to gradually upgrade the suit and add paint details to mimic
That
Freddy's
one chick
shadow
was just
form.
glued
So,
to her
keep
phone.
an eye
She
out for updates.
refused to look up.
For this next part of the video, we will cover some new projects from creators we've covered before, and see what they've been up to. Robotica Creatronics. Robotica Creatronics is a Brazilian-based YouTube channel created by ELY Robotica and dedicated to the construction and engineering of DIY animatronics, specifically Fnaf animatronics. They began this journey in 2005, but didn't upload their first video to YouTube until 2015. One of the first projects they worked on was an
Making it
amazing
speeder.
arachnid animatronic that was entirely controlled by a PS2 controller.
That's what I just
Still,
said.
their most popular
PS2
projects are
controller.
their Fnaf animatronics, and the
Oh,
creative and
yeah, they look like
resourceful
William
ways they
Afton
implement to
inside.
build
Got
them.
it.
It is incredible to see how they use everyday objects and materials like styrofoam, tap, and cardboard boxes instead of using more sophisticated equipment like advanced 3D printers to create the animatronics components.
That's pretty
Just
cool.
take a look at how
That's
they
actually
created their
really
first
impressive.
Fnaf-based project. Using an old CD, an empty case of an Xbox game, cardboard, wire, paper, and masking tape as their main materials, they were able to create an incredible Freddy Fazbear animatronic. The animatronic was programmed so it could be controlled by a complex remote controller, and the team
that's
built a special mask
smooth.
rig, so the animatronic's movements can be replicated with the movements of the puppeteer
It's
controlling
probably
the mask.
super lightweight.
One of the most popular
Wow.
projects among their Fnaf animatronics is their full-size Bonnie animatronic. This project is so unique because it is huge, and its movements are very impressive.
Actually,
The
really
animatronic can
fluid for
simulate
just
playing the
shit
guitar
around the
and
house.
several other movements,
Almost like how
like tilting
like,
its
the
body and eye
animatronics
movements.
actually
They also
move in the
created a
game, right?
full-sized Foxy animatronic that is
The f-
also controlled with a
Foxy-
PS2
Foxy's
controller.
doing his best.
This is another
Foxy's
impressive animatronic that
doing
is
his
capable of
best.
making several movements, like its hands,
Where are the
torso,
legs?
head,
Okay, he's a
and
pirate.
eyes.
He's
They
a-
have
he's a
also
pirate.
created
The
an
birds like
amazing
Oh.
Springtrap animatronic mask. This is probably their most complex project of all, because this animatronic
wizard
is so
time.
unique and can be
Gregory.
fragmented into many different parts. The best of all is that
The
each part can
scamper
function
away.
separately. Since we covered their
swear to
channel last
God.
year, they have continued to create several fantastic FNAF-inspired
Whoa, that's such
animatronics,
a cool
like this
mask.
Chica animatronic mask that goes with a special suit, and this updated Springtrap mask that would terrify anyone who came across it. All of
That's a
these
lot better
animatronics are
Springtrap.
hand-painted,
What's
and the
the
process
Easter
is
Bunny?
documented step by step on ELY's YouTube channel. So again, hurry up, subscribe,
Hurry
and take
up.
a look at how they create all of these fantastic animatronics.
cool.
That is so cool.
JDS, Jorge Davo.
Jorge.
When Jorge Davo uploaded the first video to his JDS
that's Freddy
channel,
with-
people
Good
lost their
God!
minds wondering
That's
if this
Freddy with a bunch
animatronic
of
was real or
creatine.
fake. It turned out that the
That's
animatronic was
Freddy.
100% real, and a work in progress of
It was
Davo.
just arm
A
day.
huge animatronic
No
fan
other
that
day,
had been
just
interested
arm.
in
Freddy
owning an
that only
animatronic
does
since he was a
bicep
boy.
curls.
So he began creating
That's it.
animatronics by reverse engineering some old Showbiz Pizza animatronics that he had tracked down to the old toy
That was
museum in
minted
Mexico
before
City.
Overwatch.
He began visiting these animatronics to study them
That
after the
was
owner
my
refused to sell them to
father.
him. So, by
He did what
studying
he
and
needed to
measuring
do
them,
to
I
he
was
was able to
going
build
through
and
college.
program Fats and Mitzi Mozzarella. He then
It
contacted
was
the
a
one and only
phase.
Aaron
It
Fector
really
to see
was
if he
just
could
a
sell him the
phase,
latest
Mom.
coverings for the animatronic. After he finished his animatronics, Jorge began creating videos for TikTok. And in one of his videos, a user commented asking if he could build a Freddy
It's mainly
Fazbear
so the
animatronic.
fabric doesn't
And Jorge
like,
quickly
rest
got to
on
work
the
and began posting the
joints
project
and the
updates for
layers,
all of
so
his
it can
fans
move
on
smoothly,
TikTok
but it
and
still
on
made it
both of his
pretty-
YouTube channels, which is
pretty
where
hard
the
to move.
mysterious video came from. He then moved to the Netherlands from Mexico, but was able
That's
to
why
finish
you only
Freddy
see
before he
fabric
left.
covering just
And the
the
work he
hands
put
and the
into
head.
it is fantastic.
So then they just use
Since
like
then,
regular
he's
clothing
continued to
to
create
cover it.
amazing animatronics,
because
like this
If
Donald
they
Duck
were to have
animatronic,
put the
or
fur
the
on
Troll
it, it would
King
have been
from
too
the
hard
Enchanted Fairy Tale Forest
to
in one of our
move the
favorite
joints.
parks, Efteling. Jorge's work continues to be
makes
astounding,
sense.
and
Sorry,
we
I was
can't
very
wait to
caught off
see
guard
what
by
he
the
comes up with
okay.
next.
testicle
So don't
looking
miss
man
it
that
and be
appeared on
sure
the
to follow
screen.
him.
Yeah, then we get
DL
nothing but a
Electronics and
Freddy crotch
Mechanics.
shot.
We have talked countless times about DL Electronics
Ooh.
and Mechanics on Fast,
Oh.
but we must
His
talk about
cheek
them
is like,
again
oh.
because they have some amazing
look like
FNAF-inspired projects.
It-
They're a group of individual
cut up
mechanics,
styrofoam
programmers,
and
and small
acrylic
technical
painted
enterprises
over it.
that have managed to bring
Or
animatronics
it
like
looks like
Funtime
it.
Freddy, Chica,
It's still
Funtime
really good
Foxy,
though.
and more to
It's
life.
still good
These
that they
animatronics
did
are
it.
some of
This
the
is
best
immensely better than
unofficial
anything that I
animatronics
could've
made.
done, and
They
I'm
have
assuming you
fantastic
could've done as
programming,
well.
LED
Yeah,
lights,
but
and
you
some
should
of
have
them can
started
even
with
walk.
this
In our latest
instead of
update
showing
this
like the
group, we
really
discussed
good
how
stuff.
DL
A little bit of a
Electronics
better
was planning to
storytelling
create
in your video
animatronics that
instead
can
of
walk, talk,
hooking people
track
in with the
people,
good shit
sing,
and then just like,
dance,
yeah,
and
you know,
have
here's
sound
some other stuff as
recognition.
well.
They
Because
attempted
then
to
it
develop
would
a
get the
system
same
to
reading.
make
Oh,
them
why is he
bipedal,
moving?
but
Why is he
after
moving?
several
Why is he
unsuccessful
moving? Why is he
attempts, they
moving?
decided to revert to the original version, which uses wheels for movement. Recently, they have created
permanently
animatronics
fucking
like
ruined
Like,
it.
that's
Sundrop
the best
and
one.
Springbody, which can not only walk but also have
That's
the
not- that's
versatility
not
to
walking.
be used as animatronic
not
pets.
walking.
In addition, these animatronics have a wide range of articulation. Lastly, they have
kinda
also
cooked with
created
that
Toy
one.
Chica, an animatronic that can move thanks to a wheeled
the-
base. And the best part is that
That's
it
still
can
pretty
easily
good.
detach from
That's
it.
still
I love the
Currently,
heart
DL
eyes.
Electronics and Mechanics are working
That
on
looks like-
reworking the
that looks
animatronics
like
for their
creamy.
side project, Gary's Pizza. They continue to demonstrate their passion for Five
And
Nights
that
at
was
Freddy's and their dedication
Torben.
to creating new animatronics that
Torben
will never
cleans
cease.
up
So,
nicely.
be sure to follow.
Torben looks like a
This is merely the
fucking
beginning,
gorilla.
and we plan to dive
Oh,
deeper
this,
into the world
yeah,
of FNAF
she's
with
a
more
great
videos and
cosplayer. I
projects
follow
in
her
the
on
future.
TikTok.
If you
I'm
are
excited.
a
I
FNAF
want-
creator
I
or
want
know
the
one,
FNAF
we'd love to
2,
hear
'cause
from you.
FNAF 2's
Please
coming
share your
out
insights
next
or
year. It's not
suggestions
this
in the
month, it's coming
comments
out next
below.
year. I want them to start like maybe a little bit of leaks of what's coming out to come, and give us a little bit of teasers, a little bit of something.
Gotta
something.
do the little sprinkle, and then just like Photoshop like little tiny glam rock Freddy heads falling down like salt.
Dude, if we can make it to the point where a security breach movie is going to be made, we are so taking our kids to it. Because we know that it's not, or at least I shouldn't say we, I know it's, if a security breach movie is going to be made, it's not going to be for a while.
I would love
Like 10 years type of while.
I would love to audition for Vanessa.
Oh.
And also Vanny.
Oh.
Because, you know, I'm blonde. I got the blonde hair. I got that going for me. That's about it.
I'll audition to be Vanny's chair. Huh. With that being said, that's going to do it for today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure you hit that like button. Comment down below any more reactions you want to see from us. Subscribe to the channel as we're on the road to 2,000 subscribers and help us out a ton. It is free for you and with me in the world. If you enjoyed me, you can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/JackalJoker. Or if you enjoyed her, you can follow her on Twitch at twitch.tv/.
IS_gamer girl.
We'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.